The wonders about the river, not just because it was deep, not just because it drowned those who weren't careful, but because it chose people. In our village, nestled near the edge of Lake Chipukungu, the river isn't just water. It's an old thing, a watching thing, a listening thing, a thing with a memory. And when it calls your name, you go whether you want to or not. I didn't believe those stories, not really, until the river chose my cousin Hunadi. Hunadi was 15, born with fire in her bones and wind in her laugh. She was the kind of girl who didn't just walk. She danced through the world, barefoot and brave. She loved that river, said it made her feel weightless. It sings to me, she'd whisper with a grin. When I'm near the water, I can breathe. But her mother forbade her from going too close. That river doesn't just drown, Auntie said. It hungers. Still, Hunadi would sneak off when no one was watching. I'd catch her tiptoeing down the path, sandals in hand, humming to herself. She said the river whispered her name in the wind. Then came the day she didn't come back. It was a market day. Auntie thought she was helping one of the other women. But as dusk fell, the village began to murmur. Have you seen Hunadi? We searched. The sun dipped low. Mosquitoes danced above the grass. Then someone shouted. We ran to the river bank. There were her shoes, side by side, like she'd stepped right out of them. No footprints, no drag marks, just wet sand and silence. Even the frogs weren't croaking. Her mother screamed, collapsed. Uncle fell to his knees, pounding the ground. That night, the elders gathered. They poured libations and lit sacred herbs, but the river said nothing. And by the next day, we prepared for burial without a body. It was the third morning. The sky was grey, the air heavy, like something pressing down from above. We were still asleep when we heard the scream. It was Auntie, shrill, shattering. We ran, and there she was, Hunadi, standing outside her mother's hut, barefoot, soaking wet. Her nightgown clung to her thin frame. Her hair was dripping, and her eyes, wide and blinking, not glassy with tears, but hollow, like looking through a window that showed you nothing back. She said nothing, didn't shiver, didn't blink, she just stood. Her mother rushed to her, wrapped her in a cloth, and sobbed into her hair. Hunadi didn't move, didn't speak. Word spread. The village gathered. The priestess, old and bent like a walking staff, came, but she refused to step inside the house. She stood in the doorway, stared at Hunadi, and said, "This is not the child who left. This is what the river gave you." That night, Hunadi sat by the window, staring at the river. She didn't eat, barely blinked. We tried to talk to her, ask her where she'd been, what happened, but all she said was, "I saw everything." Underneath, it's bright and quiet. On the fourth night, I woke to the sound of water, dripping. I turned and Hunadi was standing over me. Her gown was wet, her feet muddy, eyes not white, not black, just blank. She leaned close, her lips brushed my ear. "It's not scary, you know," she whispered. "It's just deep." She turned and walked back to her mat, lay down as if nothing happened. Every night after that, things changed. She began to hum, always the same melody, slow, hypnotic, like water moving over stones. And the strangest thing, we all began to remember that tune, though none of us had ever heard it before. She wouldn't bathe in the house anymore, only at the river. Sometimes she'd disappear for hours. We followed once, hid in the bushes. Hunadi knelt at the river's edge, talking to it, not praying, talking, and the water rippled, not from wind, from something beneath. The priestess returned, poured black chalk around the hut, told us not to let Hunadi near mirrors, or rainwater, or the shrine. We listened until the seventh night. It rained, a heavy storm. Trees bowed. Thunder shook the roofs. In the chaos, Hunadi vanished again. Gone. Shoes still by the door. Auntie collapsed. The river had taken her back. It's been years now, but the river still sings, and every so often someone sees her. A fisherman swore he saw a girl standing on the water, just standing, not sinking. A child came home, dripping wet, humming a tune no one knew. The priestess says the river took her, tested her, and found her pleasing. They say Hunadi walks beneath the water now, not dead, not alive, just watching, waiting. They say the river is always looking for others to take, but it only keeps the ones it likes. So if you hear someone calling your name when no one's there, if you wake up wet with clay between your toes, if tune you don't remember learning, you might want to stay far away from the water, because the river doesn't forget, and sometimes what it sends back isn't meant to stay.